Everybody. Very happy evening. So, before we start anything, yes, let's be grateful for whatever we have. Um, just 10 seconds, please close your eyes and let's pray to the Almighty. So, thank you, God, for all the health in these tough times that you've given us. And thank you, God, for the health of our family. And thank you, God, for the job that we have, which is putting the food on our table. And thank you, God, for the person who has invited us to this platform, who has opened the doors to PIM, and also for this positive association. And finally, thank you, God, for giving us an opportunity to speak in this book club. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sahana. Great. Then we can go ahead. Karthik, over to you.
Oh, I thought Harsh is opening the show.
Yeah, you can start.
Kiran, can you spotlight me?
I think your spotlight. Yep.
So, hi guys. I'll give you 5 situations. Okay. See if you fall into any of one of these categories. Okay. So you're working with your colleague and you're explaining something to him or her, but he or she is not able to understand you. Okay. You're trying to convey some feelings to your spouse. It can be your husband or wife, but he or she is not able to understand you. Right. Third thing, you want to do something along with your friend, impact something positive in the community, but again you want to improve that relationship with him to do that together, right? Fourth one, you want to tell your boss how much value you are adding to the work, how much value you are adding to the company, so that yeah, it will positively impact in your appraisal or your raise or promotion, but you're not able to do so, right? Fifth thing, if you are leading a team, okay, maybe you are having more than 5-6 years of experience and your team is not able to, I mean, there is a gap, okay, between you and your team, right? So if you fall in any of these 5 situations, then my today's talk will definitely help you, okay? Stay tuned. This is Karthik, guys. I work in the software industry and by passion, I'm a Hash relationship growth coach, okay? So I'm going to talk about from this book called Everyone Communicates, Few Connect from John Maxwell, okay? So I'm going to tell 2 stories, okay, to narrate how connecting and communicating is more important in life, okay? So one is my own personal story. The story goes back to when I was in middle school or high school days, okay? So there were 3-4 people who were ahead of me in ranking, okay? So like we all used to do, I mean, the studies, the work we used to put in writing exams, studying was more or less the same, but these 3-4 people, right, okay, they were always coming like first rank, second rank, third rank. I was in fourth or fifth, okay? So this was a trouble for me because uh, I think I have to say one more also, and these students also had good influence, I mean, over the teachers, okay? I still remember in one of my grades, I don't remember which year, my school used to get over at 3:30. So this my class teacher, right, she will call these 3 students who were ahead of me, right, in ranking. They close the door and talk something, okay? They had some meeting. I was very curious to know what are these guys talking, okay? And see those days, like that, these doors were having some gaps, you know. I was like peeping into these gaps and seeing what they were talking, okay? I wanted to, I mean, I wanted those teachers to like me also, and I wanted to be in one of those lists. Okay, this work was there from middle school till my 10th, okay? So always it was the like same thing which was happening. So this was one thing which I mean, at the end, like 10th, the final exam, you know, right, it goes to somebody else, the paper they correct, somebody else will correct who we don't know. So I became first, and when I went to see the result, some teachers were like, who is Karthik, who is Karthik? I was like, it was some say it's happy also, it's sad also, because so many teachers don't know me, right? So I wanted them to like me, but that influence was not there. I was like, I'm studying well, I'm writing well, I'm getting good grades, that's all, okay? But it didn't work actually. The second story is not from me. There was this thief, okay, robber from Mexico, okay? He used to rob all the banks in Texas, and these policemen were like not able to catch him at all after so many theft, right, these banks, and the government put a special force to catch this guy. And the special force came in, they put a lot of effort, and finally when this guy was escaping in the border towards Texas in Mexico, right, they caught hold of him. And once immediately they caught him, and the pistol was on their head, and they were the policeman was like, give away all the money right now. Okay. And there was a problem. What was it? This guy can speak Spanish, the policemen cannot speak, I mean they can speak only English. Okay, they can't understand Spanish, the robber cannot understand English. There was a problem. There comes a boy. Okay, he sees the, and he tells, okay, I know both English and Spanish, you want me to help you? Okay, I can be a translator. So the policemen were happy, and they told what they want to convey to the robber. And this guy listened, and he told what the policemen were trying to convey to the robber. So this guy robber replied like, yeah, I have not spent any cent in that money. I've kept all the money. Go towards this town, go towards the north, take the last right. In that building there is a bag, you can get all the money over there. And immediately ask these guys to go get it and leave me. Okay. And now the boy turns back to the policeman and says, this guy is very brave, he doesn't want to give any money, he is ready to die. Okay, so this can be more humorous, but if you compare the two situations which I shared, in my case it was more of getting a rank or getting that influence over teachers in the school. In the second case, it is more of a life and death situation. Okay, so this life and death situation, I mean, it may not need not be applicable for us, but more often it is more the difference between success and failure. Okay, so that it doesn't happen just if you think, okay, talent is there, experience is there, it is not just enough after you when you grow further in your ladder, right? I want to share this example between achievers, what the author shares, right? So I hope you're able to see. So let us quickly see the difference between high achievers, average achievers, and low achievers. Okay, so high achievers care about people as well as profits. Average achievers concentrate on production. Low achievers are preoccupied with their own security. Okay, high achievers, again, they view subordinates optimistically. Average achievers, they focus more on their own status. Low achievers, they show a basic distrust of subordinates. Third one, high achievers, they seek advice from those under them. Okay, average achievers, they're reluctant to seek advice from those under them. Low achievers don't seek advice at all, right? And the last one is high achievers, they listen well to everyone. Average achievers, they listen only to superiors. Low achievers, they avoid communication and rely on policy manuals, right? So I hope this difference plays a lot of role. It can, if you implement it in your professional life or personal life, it can change, right? It can make wonders. So like, if you want to get that influence, connect to people, you have to identify with them, you have to relate with them. That's when you will have that influence with others. Okay, so this communicating effectively and connecting plays a major role. To summarize, if you want to connect with one-on-one, think what value you can add to the person, right? Are you asking questions from him to know more about that person, rather than you like, I'm like this, I'm that, I'm not just about I, me, myself, right? One-on-one. Okay, when you're talking to a group, like I was telling, if you are handling a team of people, right, are you complimenting them, okay, for whatever actions or whatever success they bring, whatever small work or big work? And when it comes to success, are you celebrating that success in the group? Okay, and when the team fails, are you blaming him? No, you should not blame them. Okay, but at the same time, when the team wins, you should not take the credit, right? So these are some nuggets I want you to take and implement it one-on-one or in your team. Okay, it can play a significant role. So this I have 4 more principles to share. I will share it next time one by one, and you can follow me for that, right? So this is what I wanted to share. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Karthik. It was really amazing. In fact, the low achievers, medium achievers, the high achievers, that difference is really amazing. I think we all can see yourself where you are, because you know yourself better before you even compare it, before you see my manager is low achiever, high achiever, you see yourself where you are. I think then you will easily able to relate if I am there and where would I want to go. But really amazing, Karthik. Enjoyed to the fullest. Great. So we'll move to the next talk. Can we take Nikhila? Nikhila, if you're available. Nikhila, I see you're online. In case you're available, do you want to go next?
Yes, I can go next.
Okay. Do you have your internet better so that I can switch on your video as well, or you want to go with audio?
Yeah, I can go with my video as well.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, everyone. So today I would like to start with a question before going into my topic. So the question is, suppose, how would you describe a word change? Let's say if someone asks me the same question, I would say that it is the law of nature. So any comments?
Change is only constant.
Okay.
Change is nature. Change is reality.
Okay. So anything else? Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'll start with my topic. So yeah, my topic for today is coping up with the changing times. So yeah, I have read a book called Who Moved My Cheese. So in that book, the author explains about the change. So whenever change happens, how we have to deal with the change. And so yeah, whenever, so we can see there are, he explained it by taking a story which has 4 characters. That character's name is Sniff, Scurry, Hem, and Ha. So, yeah. So, Sniff is a character which can detect changes early. And then the second character is Scurry. So, as soon as it it can notice a change, it quickly moves into an action. And then the next one is Hem. So this character, it behaves like it doesn't wants to change even the change happens. Basically, it resists the change. And then the next character is Ha. So this is whenever change happens, this character tries to adapt to the change with the time. Yeah, so in this book, the author mainly speaks about these 4 characters. So this is the reason that I have asked that question. So whenever a change happens in our lives, so how are we going to react to that particular change, and how are we going to deal with the changes? So this is what I would like to speak about in today's book club. Yeah, before concluding my talk, I would like to give one example here that I observed in my daily life. It is a very small one, but I would like to tell. So every day I go for walk. So when I go for walk, actually I like nature. So there is one tree called rose plant. So whenever I go for a walk, I see the roses and I see the roses and I feel happy. So what happened after 1 month, when I went in that road, I could not find that plant. So yeah, I observed, yeah, there was a change happened. As usual, I like roses. I felt bad, but after some time I was like, okay, so whatever happens, that happens, we have to move on. So like that. So this is a small example that I would like to give today here. Thanks everyone. Thanks for this opportunity, sir.
Amazing, Nicola. Really happy that you're growing. And then I can see the smile. That growth smile is viral. I'm sure people can also get that vibration. Why don't you talk about a couple of 2 things? How did you manage to apply the learnings after being part of the community? And I know already there's some success principles we all have in our mind. Maybe we need to remind ourselves that we are powerful. And sometimes the association just reminds you your own power. So how did you leverage the association and the PI? I think I know you're very regular to the book club as well as PIM, and you are I think one of the most teachable student I've seen. In fact, in spite of having a strong background, strong successful background, I never feel that teachable attitude is not there. So how do you manage to implement those changes which you just mentioned in the talk, Nikhila, personally?
Yeah, to be honestly, I consider myself initially, to be honestly, I consider myself as him. So whenever change happens, I definitely resist it because it is a human nature. But it takes, for me as a person, I definitely takes time to get adjust with the things, and then to change my mind and to adopt to the new situations. But end of the day, I adapt to the situations, but I will not remain the same. So that is the one thing that I learned about myself after reading this book. So this is, yeah.
Good. That's a great achievement. And did it come overnight, or how many months? How much of time did you take?
I honestly, I take months.
Months. Didn't
Yeah.
happen overnight. Maybe 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. We don't know. So it is a process when you create an awareness and then you focus on the right
Yeah.
things. Amazing. Really happy for you, Nikhila. Keep growing.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Great.
I would say this is I find it on my own, and this organization, sorry, this community is really helping me. So because of this, I don't know, because of this only I'm gathering all this information and I am reading all the books, and it is really helping me a lot.
Really, really glad,
I
Nikhila, to
am
hear.
also I'm learning about myself while reading all these books.
Superb. Awesome. Great. Truly inspiration. Thank you so much, Nikhila, for sharing. Wait, so we'll move to the next speaker. I think the speaker is quite new. I know I'm not sure that she's available. Somakshi, if you're available, you can go ahead with your talk in case you're prepared with your talk. Somakshi?
Sir.
Yeah. Is your internet better for? अच्छा, great.
Yes, yes.
आपका तो perfect. मैं आपको spotlight करता हूँ. Go ahead. अपना intro भी दे देना.
Okay. So my name is Somakshi Bajaj and I am 19 years old. So today I will be speaking on positive thinking. So positive thinking is a belief and a mind thought which allows us to think positive and images that a good thing will happen to us. So it gives us strength to our thoughts and pushes us to do more effort in achieving our goals. I'll give example of two men, man A and man B, who wanted to set their business. Both have plans uh, and have set their minds that they will do every possible thing they can do to set up their business. So one day man A goes to bank for loan, but he has some issues with his documents, so the loan can't be sanctioned. This goes for a month and he started thinking negative, that I am getting so much difficulty in loan. How will I set up my business? I can't do this. In starting, I have faced this difficulty. After setting how much I have to face, his mind was full of negativity, so he dropped the idea and left his dream. Further, he did not try to fulfill his dream. And same thing happens with man B, but he didn't give up. He stayed positive and started searching for solutions. There were a lot of people in his life who were harboring his mind full of negative thoughts like stop going to bank, your loan will not be approved. He listened to all of them, but he did not let others' negative thoughts affect his thoughts. He tried and stayed positive that his loan will be approved and he will set and I will set my business. After 5 months, he succeeded in setting his business. So this story tells us two things. That one thing, that if we think positive, that positive thought will allow us to do more efforts and our efforts will be crowned with success. And second thing, our surrounding matters, but it matter until we don't have control on our thoughts. Thank you.
Awesome, great speaking, Somakshi. I think it doesn't feel like you're just 19 years old. Talk is very crisp and to the point and summarized in within the time limit. I think one of the best quality of a good speaker, Vishal and everyone we used to learn, is that to cover your talk, complete one with flawlessly within the time limit, and you did it very nicely. And thank you so much, Somakshi, for sharing. Let's keep growing.
Thank
All right, we'll take one more speaker before we move to the next phase. Who's next? Subi, do you want to go next? Should Subi is online?
Okay, Kiran, thank you.
Okay.
So last time I shared my own experience about how I turned into an artist and how I discovered my own passion. So today I'll be talking about how do I kept swimming. So after discovering my own passion, so the very difficult part that we all face is how do we keep pursuing our passion. So after graduation, you move to career and you start working, but still somewhere down the line you have your passion always. You want to start your own business, or anything. You want to become a yoga instructor or something like that. So I have my own passion, like I wanted to become an artist. So you started to work and 9 to 5, you have no time, and Saturday, Sundays also you're really tired with all those things. But still, you should never give up. You should take small challenges. Like I used to only paint on papers. So then I started slowly taking canvas boards as a challenge. Then I took canvas boards. I started painting on canvas boards, and then slowly I started painting on walls. So likewise, you have to use that time for self growth. You have to upskill yourself. Until you upskill yourself, you will until you see potential in yourself, your clients or whoever you want to work with, your clients or your project people will not see potential in yourself. Hence you have to use all those times whenever you are pursuing your passion. That say this time can be as small as a month, or it can go up to 1 year, 2 year. That is the time when you should not give up. And that time, start taking challenges on your own. Like I told, I took a small wall. I used to stay in a PG, and bedside wall I took, and then I painted on the wall. Later on, I switched to a 137 square feet big wall. And after that project, that was my bedroom wall that I did for. And looking at that project, I got looking at my home challenge that I took up for my bedroom wall. I got an international school project. I never imagined I would ever get, such a big client as when I was pursuing my hobby when I was in my LKG or UKG. So this is how you start pursuing. Between when I got my international school project and when I was working in Bangalore in a corporate office, the year span was 5 to 6 years gap until I hit to international school. So between those times when you have no project or anything, or you are just there, working on your own passion slowly, steadily. But please never ever, give up on your passions just because you're not getting any suitable client, or you're not getting any potential client. Just keep swimming, start taking small challenges on your own. Thank you.
Amazing, Surbi. Really, you're truly inspirational for everyone. I think a couple of questions I had for you, because although not everyone can identify the passion what you have identified in an early stage of your maybe life, and how did you identify it? Because I know there are few people who are talented in multiple areas, for example. So how did you identify that this is something, you are good at creativity and all those stuff, but being an artist and converting into a proper professional way of approaching and monetizing your profession, passion, and all those journey, how did you identify that in the initial stages? What were those signs which you realized?
See, one big sign that I think I have seen in myself is you never get bored of doing what you actually love. you might like yoga, you might also like running. You run for like a month or two, and you also do yoga for maybe you can go for 6 months or a year, and you also want like to sing, and then you continue that singing for say 2 years. But painting is somewhat I never gave up, and I really enjoyed doing it. There are certain hobbies which you do for which has a very small time span. You just enjoy it for that duration. But whichever your true passion, that never, even if you're working in a corporate world for 9 to 5 time, but still you at the end of the day you feel like अरे यार आज मैंने painting नहीं किया है. So that stays with you. So this is how I identified, even if you're busy with your routine and all that, but still you feel like you miss out on something, and that something is what I think is your true passion, which you really enjoy doing. That's what I think.
Absolutely amazing, Survi. Really amazing to see you growing. And definitely what Survi just mentioned, that the boring part of it, sometimes maybe you don't know what exactly bore means. I'll maybe give you highlights. I'll give you the symptoms so that you can identify if you're getting bored or not. If after coming office, you feel I'm lost of energy, I don't have any energy left, and मुझे कुछ नहीं करना, खाना खा के बस सो जाना है, then there's a sign of you're getting bored, you're getting monotonous. If you're doing something when you're too low in your life, but if you do that particular thing, you become super fired up. कि नहीं यार, अब तो your energy level goes to 100 times higher, and you don't realize that time just flows away, then you're not bored. So identify what kind of activities takes your energy. Sometimes if you're an introvert person, but if you're in that public spaces, right, you feel that your energy is spent to talk to people. So naturally, you're not inclined towards talking to people. But for something which you just do it, you don't feel ki energy mera ja raha hai, you just go in the flow. So identify all those symptoms, because there's so many things which you can identify yourself, reflect yourself, which will help you to identify those passion area and interest area, and then make it much bigger and bigger. Thank you so much, Surbi. Looking forward to more talks from you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Great. Awesome. So before we move to the next phase of the book club, where I'll invite other speakers who are lined up. I think there are a lot of other speakers as well. We have Arsh, we have Apurva. There's so many speakers lined up already. So don't stay tuned. So before I invite that next phase, I want to call all of the new folks who have joined for the first time. If you joined for the first time, do unmute yourself and maybe show your face and introduce us to the team. Your name, your profession, from where are you joining, and maybe one or two things which you expect out of the Growth Club to learn. So I think, Vijay, if you have not shared before, you can share again in case you have not shared earlier, or we also have other people.
Yeah, I can go.
Yeah, go ahead, Vijay.
So, hello all, good evening. I'm Vijay Lakshmi. I'm working as software developer for the past 9 years and currently in Lumen Technologies. I'm a Java developer, and my native is Tamil Nadu, and got settled in Bangalore. So I joined this community to improve my self-development activities, since many of us here working towards the passion, goal, and careers, and the self-development activities. I thought it will motivate me to self-develop myself. So that's pretty much about myself.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Vijaya. I hope you'll have a wonderful growth journey with us. All right. Anyone else who's new, who have not spoken? HV, I don't know still who HV is, but HV, you can also unmute and share in case you're listening to me. Or even we have Yash. Yash, if you are listening, you can also share your introduction.
Hey, hi everyone. This is Yash, and I'm from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Currently living in Bangalore only, but doing work from home. And I'm a software engineer, and I have a 2 year of experience. Presently, I'm working in a Merck group as a Salesforce developer there. And what I expect from the book club is to get a good knowledge about the different fields. And yes, and this is the expectations. And yeah, I also read a lot of books. So I will get a suggestion, review from all the books, whether should I go for that or not, whether should I read or not.
Amazing. Good.
Thank
Awesome, Yash. Thank you so much for the introduction. Did we miss anyone else? I hope you've covered everyone. In case I've missed anyone, do reach out to me or message me. We'll bring you on screen and you can speak. Okay. So now the interesting part starts. The first thing, people who don't have any chance, who have not prepared for today, now is the time. So all of you have a question, or have a question whenever I talk to anyone. You ask कि what books do I read? First question. मैं कौन सा book पढूं? इतने सारे book है market में. Which books to read? The first step to identify the reason of reading any book is to know where you are in your life and where do you want to go. And to do that, we have an amazing tool which we have launched, Vijay launched almost 1.5 years back. We call Wheel of Life, which Karthik will present in the screen. And what we need to do right now is that if you don't know what Wheel of Life is, once Karthik will show, maybe I can explain you a little bit. We need to, okay, Karthik shared the screen. Okay, I hope you can see the screen now. Anyone confirm? Yeah, I think it's visible, right?
Yes,
Or
yes.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
Kiran,
great.
yeah.
sir.
So
can see.
this next 10 to 15 minutes is not I'll be speaking. It is basically to now the time to implement the learning. So whatever you are, wherever you are in your life right now, use this Wheel of Life as your tool. Write down few things. Maybe you can take one or two aspect of it. If let's say someone is having some goal in terms of health, so write down where you are right now in terms of health goals and where do you want to go in next 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. Don't visualize something which you can't visualize. Visualize 3 months, 6 months so that you'll have some steps. If you can visualize bigger, then it's up to you. You're amazing. But if you can't, it's all right. Whatever timeline you can visualize, let's say next 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, what you're planning, write that down and also write down where do you want to go. Okay. I don't expect that you'll be writing all 9 spokes, but take top 2 or 3 priority spokes right now. So I'll also write, you also write. If you have any doubt, you can unmute and ask, you can also share. And this will be more of a working exercise for all of us so that once we are clear where we are, if you talk to me later and if you ask me question what books you need to read, you'll get your answer after doing this exercise. So I hope this exercise is clear. Can people give thumbs up or raise your hand? It's clear.
Sir, so we have to write where we are and where we want to go.
Correct. So use this Wheel of Life and write down few goals, two to three goals. You can write whatever comes into your mind. You can go a little more specific as well, maybe explain more deeper. For example, health. If I write my body fat is, let's say 21%. Now in next 6 months, I want to go to, let's say 15% of body fat. To get my six-pack abs, I need to go less than 15%. So from 21 to 24%, I have to reach to 12%. Now in next 6 months, this is my goal. So I'll be writing specific goals if I can. So you don't have to think 5 years down the line. If you can't think, it's all right. So you will get chance to write for next 5-10 minutes maximum. Then I'll call randomly any of you to share what have you written, and in case you're facing
For all 8 or we need to.
up to you. You can take top 2 or 3. So what happens is whenever if you see Vijay when we tells to focus on Wheel of Life, you can't focus all the spokes at a time. So take top 2 to 3 priority items for you. It could be career, it could be health, it could be passion, it could be relationship. You can check this out. If you have any doubt in particular area, you can ask in the call. Personal growth, lifestyle, significance, anything. Pick 2 to 3 spokes and then you can write it down. I hope it's clear. If it is not, please unmute and ask. So just to make sure, people who have not switched on the camera, I'll invite those people first to share. Go ahead, we'll also start. If it is so calm, I'll just put a small background music. Let me know if you can hear. Awesome. Do you anyone want to share anything? Who has written? Who can share at least one spoke? What have you written? Anything want to share? Yeah, go ahead, Apurva. You can unmute and share.
Yes, thank you, Kiran. So as per this wheel of life, so the area which like I have started currently working on is this personal growth thing. So basically the motive or the goal to is to understand myself by as we are doing by reading books and listening to people of the same community. So my final goal is since I am a solution architect by profession, so I want to be a solution designer slash architect for my own life. Then moving over to health, uh, initial goal was a kind of fitness journey, but now it is optimization of my own functioning. So I'm always trying to add proper diet and exercise so that I could function to my maximum potential. And I think by working on these two areas of personal growth and health, I think I will find my passion. And further, I can, I think, create an impact. So here is my journey. Thank you.
Super. अपूर्वा का तो जर्नी भी पूरा टॉक की तरह खुलता है. Good. Awesome. Anyone else want to share? Shiva, Rohit, Somakshi, Balaji, if you're there, if you participated, Nikhila, anyone, if you're listening to us, Arsh, if you're also there.
Yeah, I would like to share.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have written about 2 points. First one is health. So yeah, I want to reduce weight. So I think from last month onwards, I started going for walking. So my goal here is I have to reduce the 5 kgs of weight by the end of this year. And then, and I have also included, I have also included a healthy food in my diet. Like I don't like to eat salad, but I started eating it from 2 weeks. So these are the two things that I have changed related to the health wise. And coming to the personal growth, I started doing meditation, at least 10 minutes a day. And I wanted to improve my communication skills, and that for that reason I have joined this book club. And yeah, so these are the two goals that I wrote now. Thank you, sir.
Awesome, Nikhila, great. Who else want to go next? Quick. If you're not if you're not visible in the screen, you can unmute and share your goals. Shiva, Balaji, Zakia, Rohit, Samakshi, Arsh, or people who are there in the video, you can also share any 1 or 2 goals. It's not that they have to only share.
It was actually difficult to pick among the 8 initially. Okay.
Correct.
And first priority always has health as well. So I want to improve my health. No, I'm not. I'm not overweight. Also, I'm not underweight. Also, I have some goiter issues. So I'm working on it. So
When is any timeline, anything specific? Health as in what do you want to work only on goiter or only on your body fat or anything on weight, anything more specific?
And nothing on weight. I mean, weight is normal.
More of a maintaining and becoming much better.
Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Awesome.
The goiter issues, like I feel it is mainly related to stability in the mind. If we get that one fixed, I think it will be fixed.
Great. Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
That's the part of health, and that's it.
That's it.
I'm working on the rest of the things.
Cool. Awesome. And Vijaya, did you write anything? Vijaya is not unmuted. Let me unmute. Yeah.
So first is the personal growth. So I would like to improve the leadership skills and my technical skills for attending the interviews. And next is to improve the public speaking skills. That's why I joined today. So second is the lifestyle. So I would like to wake up early and do the walking regularly. I'm not regular in that, so I'm irregular. So I would like to make it regular. So I'm not the food freak, but I want to improve my weight also. So I would like to eat more healthy food instead of being lazy. That's what. That's all from my side.
Good. I'm really happy that you're quite new, and then honestly you're speaking your present situation and where do you want to go. It's not easy to speak in front of so many people, but really appreciate that, Vijaya, from your side. Really nice. Good. Anyone else want to add anything? We have last 1 or 2 minutes left. Quick. Any questions, anything you want to share, you want to add, any goals? Only Surbhi and Dilip Chachu didn't share yet. Rest, I don't know if they're there in the call, but I hope they're listening.
Yeah, Kiran, I do have like so many things lined up. So the first and foremost, instead of in terms of relationship, I added the parenting here. So nowadays, I have gone through several videos from that Shivani, sister Shivani. Okay, I am quite inspired with her talk, about parenting and other relationship, and so many things like how we react, and before with other people, and how we are taking them granted, and what is our feeling about them when they do someone do something wrong, and so those kind of no understanding, like building better relationship with the people. So that is the one part, no, that is I am working on the improvement. And the other,
Chachu's network.
am I audible?
Yeah, now you're audible.
So working several part of my career growth in terms of taking some challenges and kind of leadership skill and other things in my career growth. And also I left the book reading quite some since a few months. So trying to working on to regain that speed again. And again, coming to this lifestyle and significance, no, yesterday's we had a call, right? You were talking about the that Palisi Bazar, no, he used to get up early morning. Correct. And 3 hours he is spending on himself, like how he's improving, no, that how he's spending, taking the benefit of first 3 hours of the day. So that quite inspired, because I used to I was in very long back, I was trying to get back in early morning, and I used to do several things in my, so I got recall those things nowadays because of the office work and all. No, that life has gone now. So again, trying to get back that life, getting up early in the morning and finishing so many work, and again I can complete the reading and other things, yoga, reading, and meditation, everything. I was trying to do that again. So these are some of the things. And try again, I have some focus, like trying to get some people, help other people also doing the yoga. So that is also part of the thing I'm looking for now.
Amazing. Good. I think you're telling nothing to say, but you have so many things to share and goals. I'm so excited. Next month or next time when we do the same thing, I hope all of your voice pattern and the thought process will change, because
yes,
you have spoken, we have recorded this. So if you don't listen,
yes,
this is recorded, the book club is recorded. So listen to your recording. After 1 month, whatever you said, just see where you are.
yes,
You can't escape. देखो सब लोग ने बोल दिया.
correct.
There's no excuse anymore.
Actually, whatever you do, you should loudly speak. Then only we'll be able to commit.
Absolutely. Good, amazing. I think just Surbhi is left. Surbhi, if you want to add 1 or 2 points, we'll go next.
Sure, Kiran. So I'm also working on my passion. I'm not there yet. So it's almost 50% that I'm there. Because of COVID, I've come back, few steps back. So I want to establish further. And again, there is one more sector that I really want to work on, that is relationships. So I'll talk about it later when I'm really ready about it. So yes, again, relationships that I'm really, dealing with a rough patch in my life currently. And again, personal growth. See, until and unless you work on yourself, none of your passion will be okay. Neither your mental health nor your relationships. All the sectors are related to you. Hence, personal growth is really, really important for each one of us. So yes, that's what I would think. Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. So before we move next, I'll share my goals as well. So I think the couple of things which I'm tracking, in fact, to give you some updates, Growth Express is now registered. I'm so happy, and it is officially registered company now, and we'll be starting the current account. All those transactions will happen via official account, and I will open the registered Growth Express on my dad's name. So that is one good update. And also the website which I wanted to launch, it is all ready. Development is all completed. Finally, I'll be releasing that in the final thing with all the latest updates, and the payment gateway will be getting launched. I'm personally learning all the coaching and mentoring material from Vijay, which he and I and Karthik bought. So I'll start that course as well in the book club. I'll cover a couple of points. Most of you were looking for career growth, but most of your career growth will become much and much better when you know basic coaching and mentoring principles. If you know yourself better, if you can apply that in your own people around you, your growth will be unstoppable. So that is what I have witnessed. And I'm not telling from my voice, but I've seen people who are very good in their career in whatever area. They've shared how coaching and mentoring is key aspect of anyone. It's kind of a leadership skill. So when you talk about leadership and you compare this, it's almost similar. So that is two more thing. And definitely the business which I'm working on, and to grow that aspect also, a lot of activities lined on a daily basis. So I'm also planning to work on my daily routine on getting up early. So I thought I've been waking up all night, which is my habit, which is I felt Vijay and I synced there, but I'm thinking let me change and see how it goes. Abhi thoda sa badal ke dekhte hain kaisa feel hota hai. So that is something I'm tracking as well. So let's see in next 1 month when I speak again, when we all hear our goals, where we are. That'll be pretty exciting. So that's about it. So Karthik, if you want to share, I know I didn't ask you. So if you want to share anything, you can share and we'll go next.
Definitely, Kiran. I think taking care of health and weight was the most common thing, and I am no less. I also want to burn my belly fat, and I want to reduce 5 kgs if I want to tell you numbers. So that's why I asked Sana. She's joining the workout, right? So I also will join. Actually, I have joined a couple of times before, but I quit in between, because that was not my P1 item. So she was like, if I tell her again, she's like, she'll get up and go off. She doesn't want to hear me, but I want to prove it in action from this weekend. So that's why I'm going to, I said, I will only pay 500 rupees this time. I will join the workout. I will do every month without break. That is one main thing which I want to do, Kiran.
Amazing. I think while Karthik brought that workout session, I forgot to tell you something really amazing. I think all of you have that common goals of health and fitness. So same like book club community, we do have partnered with Workout to Burnout, which Sahana and few of the coaches run independently, just like PIM, Vijay and all the coaches run. If any of you are interested to be part of the community, you can let us know, because we'll also officially launch the collaborative community, which we're running in parallel with Karthik and her coaches. Parallelly, and Sahana is actually one of the most key aspect of it. In fact, Bharat and Supra also were part of it, and Bharat used to run those workout sessions as well. And if anyone is interested to be in that journey where if you're feeling that you can't discipline yourself, you need some community again to discipline yourself, then you can reach out to me or Karthik and Sahana, so we can help you out there. So that's about it. So I'm feeling really good and confident. I hope you made this work session very productive. Next week, we'll take something different. Maybe we'll take a group discussion where we'll talk about a couple of 1 or 2 interesting talks where you can treat like an extempore and you can share your thoughts. Imagine you're preparing for an MBA interview or something, right? Your interview session when group discussion comes and you talk. But the only catch here is if it comes through your experience and real life experience and some things which you can apply, that will be more impactful. So that is the overall theme of that GD as well. Okay, so we'll move quickly to the next phase. So before we call out for Q&A in the end phase of the session, we have 3-4 more speakers. So Ash, if you're there, Rohit is also here. Ash, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Ash, you can go next. I'll spotlight you.
Am I spotlighted?
Yep, you are.
Good morning. Obviously, it's not a morning. But that day, I remember it was a very good morning for me. As I got a call from my cousin saying that, Arsh, just hurry up and reach the hospital, because the doctors are saying that the baby is about to come. Listening to this, oh my God, I just jumped out of my bed and without even changing my clothes, wearing the night suit, I reached the hospital. Now, this flooded excitement was just because in my entire big family, we didn't have a small kid. And I had this craze of playing with small kids and just enjoying their innocence. And now was the day. So the treatment was going on the first floor, and there was this front door. On the right side, there was my Bua's treatment going on, and on the left side, there were other rooms. And finally, the wait was over. The baby was out, and watching him there, I just went to the top of my world. I just wanted to have him in my hands. But they said that first the baby needs some sanitation, then you can. So meanwhile, we were just waiting in that vacant space in the middle. But out of curiosity, I just wanted to check what's going on there in the left-hand side of mine. I saw an opaque door having a transparent hole. I just went there and I just peeped inside the hole and oh my God, what I saw, it really shocked me. It was as if my emotions took a 180-degree turn and they fell from urge to farsh. See, I'm a kind of person who never visited hospital because I didn't feel the need to. But this was the first time, and for the first time, I visited the hospital and I saw a group of doctors standing in a circle, and it was as if an emergency was going on, and they were trying to save a boy just of my age. They were giving CPRs, they were giving oxygen. Oh my God, I just removed my eyes. Then I saw, besides the door, there were parents crying. And I went outside. The father was talking on phone, and I heard him saying that it's very difficult now. So there I was in the middle. In the right hand side, I was having people who were extremely happy, not paying attention to the left. On the left hand side, I was having people who were extremely sad, not paying attention to right. And in the middle of that, I was there having mixed emotions, swaying here and there, and I was not able to know what to do. But then few months later, I realized that we encountered these kind of situations every day. See, we have these bunch of thoughts which has both left side and right side. And I know that these thoughts are temporary, will change with time. But still I am going up and down. My emotions are swaying here and there every day. So I thought to accept both the sides, move towards side of acceptance, rather than wasting my time in focusing on these thoughts, which will in the end change. So by accepting those thoughts, I will not overreact when I will be on the right hand side, and I will not get depressed when I will be on the left hand side. And see, whatever your left hand side is, a person living in America or Switzerland won't even give a damn to it. Then why the hell I am indulging myself so much into it that I'm wasting my entire day, breaking my consistency, getting depressed, and ruining my health? So we should just accept both the sides in equal manner, and this acceptance will reduce the friction, make us more consistent, and will help us build a mindset which will never get hampered by any situations that take place in front of us whatsoever. Over to you, sir.
Wow, super bang on, huh? Applied all the perfect principles of communication, right pauses, right tone, right speed, right uniqueness of your Arsh's personality, everything within the timeline of the talk. Simply amazing, Arsh. I'm really proud of you. What do you do, Arsh? How do you prepare your talk as such, and how do you bring out your talk? How do you decide? And I know you prepare a lot. Can you just give a little bit of ride through, because many people are there, people who are new as well. They'll get some insights on the way you prepare in the background.
First of all, thank you so much, sir. And like, I just get ideas from books. Like, I got this idea of acceptance. So I thought whether I have experienced something like this or not. And I remember that I have experienced this. So I prepare accordingly and add those ideas in that and learnings as well.
Amazing. If you're thinking Arsh is, quite 10, 15 year experience guy, no, he's I think most youngest of all of us. We are here. I think Arsh and Somakshi are the youngest. Arsh, kitna? How many? What's your age?
19 plus.
19 plus. So, so if you see the kind of talk, you can't relate. That is where the power of the books and the way. In fact, I'm so amazed. Previously, when I heard Arsh, and now when you bring your talk, is way mature. The kind of content you bring, the way you prepare your talk, it's really amazing. I don't know about others, but I've seen the growth. So keep it up, Arsh. I'm really proud of you. I'm sure you'll impact millions of people. All right,
Thank you
keep
so
doing
much,
it.
sir.
All right. Great. So we have two more speakers for today. Apurva, you're online?
Yes, Kiran.
Okay. All right.
Just a minute. I'll just share my screen. Okay. So hi all, I'm Apurva, and today my topic is why visualization. You might have came across this term visualization in many books, like specifically in many of the topics related to setting up goals or just setting up how exactly you want to design your life. So what exactly is visualization? So visualization is a concept which is also termed as creative visualization or mental rehearsal, which refers to practice of seeking to generate positive results in your outer world. So I would like to explain this with the help of two stories around here. I have just taken the very common problem statement, which we have discussed a few moments ago. So this is a story of this one guy who wants to get fit. And as a result, he just enrolls for some kind of a fitness program. He starts his journey with the proper regular exercise, and he starts proper healthy diet. So this is a story of each and every individual, which doesn't usually last long because of certain habits. So here I have just mentioned few habits like late night binge watching, then getting not really getting on time, and then getting late for work, eating too much or considerable amount of junk, and ultimately being sad and feeling depressed, like since anything is not working. So this is a very common story without visualization. So now we'll be looking into the second story of visualization. So again, here is this guy. He wants to get fit, and he just enrolls for some kind of program, and then he has certain things in mind. So he wants to get back into probably into his old clothes. He wants to exercise happily or just go for a stretching. He might need to go for some kind of weight training and healthy eating. So the goals are more or less similar to the earlier story, but here he has picturized quite clearly. Since the picture was very much clear and the goals were very much clear, here the guy goes back and review his habits. He keeps a check on it. He gets a consistent feedback, and in short, he develops a closed loop system of iterative closed loop system, which ultimately gets him into a result of a healthy body. So this is the basic different stories stating the importance of visualization. Now, how to do this visualization? So this is basically a three-step process. This could be done in any of the medium. It could be digital. It could be just, if you're creative, it could be just a notice board or such kind of thing. So to prepare that, you can, so any of these methods can be used, but how to implement it is just to get ready. Get ready as in to get ready for the silence or some kind of meditation or some kind of calming music. It could be in the morning, it could be at the night. Step two will be visualizing what you really want. Just if you don't know what you really want, it could be just a simple area or a very simplest thing. Just to let's just like for example to get up early effortlessly. So even that it could be as simple as that. And the step three, it would be how you would like to do it. So so it is just visualizing yourself into that process. So this is the very like simplified 3-step visualization process, which might help us to reach our goals effectively. So I would like to end this with a quote: see things as you would have to them, be instead of as they are. So thank you.
Amazing, Apurva. Really crisp and very creative, your presentation. I think every week your presentation is something new. I don't see same from different. The way you present it, always new. How do you create that process, Apurva? I think if you do something again and again, you get bored easily. So how do you bring that change in your process, which makes you always excited for the process, and then you go towards the goal? How do you do that?
Actually, like this presentation thing, I was always fascinated about when we had those Dabba computers, Windows 95 wala. So I still have that bunch of presentations I used to prepare, and any like stupid thing or anything, whatever it suited my age. And I think the same thing is again coming up. And I think realized when I was in this book club, office wala presentation is always into grays and blue. So that is not at all exciting for me. So I think this creativity I'm bringing in, I think that the childhood Apurva might be is coming. And yeah, for this, I think I learned Canva recently, basic Canva I had learned. And though I'm on a free trial on that, but yeah, I like to experiment things. And yeah, so that's all about it. So it's just like, I think I like this creative area. So I think I'm trying to bring into this presentation. And regarding preparations, I'm still working on my storytelling thing. So it's just a phase. I don't know if it is being effective. So I would like to learn that storytelling also to make it more interesting. That's it.
Amazing. Glad to know, Apurva. Really, you're doing really nice. Keep doing it consistently. I'm sure the changes will be reflectable. Everything is recorded. Your changes also will be recorded.
Yeah, very sure. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. So we'll go for the last talk of the day. Rohit, if you're there, I'll spotlight you.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Rohit. And today I missed lots of talk. I think missed a lot of things. I was busy doing my office work. My office laptop is still here. So I'm doing something parallelly, still not finished, but yeah, I'll just share my talk. So my talk is about how our thoughts can create our circumstances from this book, As a Man Thinketh. This is really good book. I have talked about it earlier also. I think most of us has already read. There are so many good points, although the English is tough, but the overall conclusion is whatever we think, those things convert into our habits and character, and ultimately those things becomes our destiny, right? So my topic is all about that. How our thoughts can create our circumstances. So how good and bad thoughts, how corrupt and beautiful thoughts creates our life, creates the circumstances that we experience, right? We all say, right, my circumstances, my life is not good. This is the problem. But we never say, never, go to the deep and see why these things are there, right? The root cause might be that you're thinking, right? In the same situation, let's say, for example, there are two brothers, they both brought up in the same house, right? One will be successful, one will be corrupt, or maybe he's in the jail, right? This is the very common example. I mean, not common, like, but you will find this everywhere, right? This kind of thoughts. They tell the examples, right? So why this is so? The answer lies maybe to the thoughts, whatever they're thinking, right? Whatever they are experiencing out of those situations. I have one beautiful story here to tell about this. There was one boy whose father was a drunkard man. He was drinking and he's beating his mother, right? And he was thinking that this is not good, right? But every time when someone sees this kind of things, right, they become like that, right? But this man becomes successful one day. And then the reporter asked, how do you do it? He said, I was thinking that time that I will not become like my father, right? So his thoughts was something else from his circumstances, right? How he was doing it, he was controlling his thought. Probably he was learning, he was creating his own circumstances, right? He was not worried about whatever I'm seeing now. So how these things affect us? So let me just share. We think that our thoughts will keep it to us. They will be secret, but they are not secret. They will create your character, they will create your habit, and ultimately it will create your destiny. How? So let's talk about the corrupt thought, how they shape us, right? So let's say there are bad thoughts, bestial thoughts, they convert into the habit of drunkenness and sensuality. And ultimately, this thing convert into the destitution and disease. Impure thoughts of any kind of impure thought, it will convert into the confusing habit. You will be confused. You will not know what you should do. And ultimately, it will create a circumstances of distraction and adversity. You will, let's say, if you're confused, what you will do? You will just open your phone, you will do some social media, and you will spend a lot of time there, right? Because your thoughts are not good. You are not thinking pure, right? What should I do? You are confused, right? Your thoughts are impure, right? If you are having the thoughts of fear and doubt, it will convert into a habit of weakness and unmanly things. And ultimately, it will convert into a unsuccessful circumstances, failure circumstances. You will fail one day because you had fear, you had doubt, right? If you have thoughts of laziness, it will convert into a habit of dishonesty. You will be dishonest because, let's say, for example, you are lazy, you are not able to do your work. Obviously, you have to lie to your boss. You have to lie to manager that I will not be able to do because I was busy or this thing, right? It will be a dishonesty, right? And ultimately, you will not succeed. It will be failure, right? So this is how bad thought, corrupt thoughts are converting or creating our circumstances, right? Let me talk about the beautiful thought, how this shapes our life as well, right? So we have both kinds of thought, that bad thought and good thought. So let me talk about the good thought. If you have pure thought, right? Your thoughts are clear, you're pure. Yeah, your heart is like a child, right? It will be converting into a habit of self-control. You will be self-controlled and you will have peace. You will convert into the peaceful environment, peaceful circumstances. If you have thoughts of courage, it will be again self-control, bravery habits, right? And ultimately you will have freedom. You will create circumstances of freedom. If you have thoughts of love, you will have habit of self-forgiveness. You will forgive everyone because you have sufficient love. You are thinking like that. You are being loved, and you will forgive everything. Yeah, he's good, man. I'm good. My life is good. I'm good. I will forgive. No problem. You did something. No problem, buddy. It's okay. Something that. So you will create this kind of habit, right? And ultimately, you will have prosperity. You will have love everywhere, right? Your life will be prosperous, right? If you have gentle thought, if you have good thought, you will create a habit of gentleness, and then you will have the circumstances of protectiveness. You will feel protected. You will feel good. So this is how good and bad thoughts shapes our life, create our destiny. So we should always be controlling our thought. There is one very good book also about this. That is, I think I don't have here. Yeah. What to say when you talk to yourself. Yeah, this is really good book, and this is all about self-talk, how you should be talking to yourself. I will highly recommend this. If you have learned something from my talk, I will highly recommend that you should go through this book. That's all. Over to you, Kiran.
Superb, amazing talk for almost end of the book club. Great, Rohit. Really enjoyed your talk. In fact, yeah, definitely that book is truly amazing. As a Man Thinketh. In fact, sometimes messages are so straight. बट कभी कभार जैसे हम लोग डिफरेंट कपड़े पहनते हैं तो हमको ऐसा अलग अलग फील होता है, यू वेयर शर्ट, यू वेयर कोट, यू फील समथिंग डिफरेंट. अल्टीमेटली कपड़ा तो पहनना ही है. वैसे ही मल्टीपल बुक्स व्हेन यू रीड, इट्स लाइक डिफरेंट क्लोथ्स. आपने ये बुक पहले पहना, पढ़ा, आपको कुछ समझ में आया, दूसरा बुक पहना तो कुछ और ऐसे समझ. बात एक ही है, बट यू नीड टू, इट्स जस्ट द फ्लेवर व्हाट यू गेट एंड समटाइम्स जस्ट कनेक्ट्स. So truly amazing, Rohit. I really enjoy it. And I know that due to shortage of time, I wanted to ask question. I won't ask you. Maybe in the next book club, I'll ask a couple of questions to you.
No, it's fine. Yeah, Kiran bhai, no problem. Let's go with the flow. Okay. I will just wake up till 1 a.m. No problem. Just go with the flow. Ask.
So one thing I've identified is that you have tremendous passion of teaching, because the conversation which I had, and you have tremendous amount of patience towards people, and I see that. I've observed that for a long time. And how did you again identify that? Is it something you observed from your childhood, from your people surrounding, or is it something you watched in some movies, or is it something it just comes natural to you? How did you identify that, and how do you practice that, and how do you make it more bigger and bigger, that strong good habit?
Yeah, so I think this all started when I was a child. My father is a teacher. He was teacher. He left the job, but he was teacher, and he was always teaching me lots of things. Not only the bookish thing, He was telling me lots of stories from the childhood. He was telling me how to, make things great, how you can make everything good with teaching. This is what he taught, right? Then these things somehow develop inside me. When I was in school, I was helping my friends as a student, and I was unknowingly helping them in a better way than my teacher. Like I was teaching them math, and it was good than my teacher. So they was good, right? And then somehow when I was in college and I was in job, I was doing the same thing unsubconsciously. That I was doing it. I was just normally it was coming. Then one day I realized I'm doing it great because someone told me, right? You should be a teacher, you should be a professor. So I thought, yeah, that's a great thing, right? So I thought that I should learn something and I should explain it, right? Like, let's say there could be some gap. If I tell someone something wrong, that's not good, right? So I started reading books from very young age, right? I was having this passion of reading books. I started reading books, and I was starting reading articles all about those things, whichever I was talking to the my friend, to anyone, so that I can convey the correct message. I should not give the wrong message to them. I should give the correct thing, same thing. And over time it got developed. And last year when I joined Book Club, I see a great platform with tremendous possibilities, and definitely it has given me lots of learning. I have practiced lots of my talks here. I have conveyed so many messages. So yeah, that's helped me a lot. So how I prepare? I go through the books. I tell the same story, the same topic that I just conveyed to my girlfriend sometime my parent, sometime to myself only. Like I'm just speaking in front of my laptop, just opening my webcam. I'm not recording it because I don't like my own voice. I don't know why. So I just
this is with almost everyone. Don't worry, right? I've heard you consistently.
So yeah, I do this, and I see that how can I convert this thing in a layman language so that everyone can understand. See, the topic which I covered, right? If I read it out for you, it will be so much difficult because the English is, not that good, right? So I try to convert into a simplest form so that everyone who has limited vocabulary, they can also understand. I try to give the real life example that just come. I think sometimes they just come on the go, sometimes they are pre-planned, right? So I try to speak from my heart. At the end, this is how I do it.
Amazing, awesome. Rohit pura flow ko apne alag level pe leke chale gaye. Really happy to learn that. In fact, so many things, I'm sure if people are observant, they could have observed some few of the pointers from your own story as well. The way you have identified that niche, that teaching is something you enjoy, and you've been doing this since childhood as well. Amazing, Rohit. Thank you so much. So I know we have almost shortage of time. Before we end the book club, we won't take Q&A today. We'll take next week. So I have Nikita. Nikita wanted to share something. I think Nikita, if you are available, Nikita is there. Yep, I'll just spotlight. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm driving, but I'm parked now, so it's okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm not prepared or anything. I was driving for last 11 hours nonstop, and I've missed so many book clubs because of this purpose that I have to go back to London. So I thought I'll stop by just to say hi. And my last 11 hours, I got time to reflect, got time to think, and I wanted to share something with everyone today. So I left at 7 in the morning because I have a 7 o'clock shuttle to take, and it's a 12-hour whole thing. Last night, before I went to bed, my husband said to me, do you want to just quickly look at the map and review your journey for tomorrow? And I said, no, I've done this journey like so many times. I know it's a 10-hour drive, 800 kilometers one way, and further 200. So that's a 1,000 kilometer journey, 10 hours drive, 1 hour break. That's 11 hours reporting, immigration, 1 hour, 12 hours I need. 7 o'clock is my train. 7 in the morning, I'll leave. So 7 p.m. train. He's like, are you sure you don't want to just look at the map? I was like, no, I've done this so many times. It's 12 hours. He said, but yeah, I'm sure you don't remember the road. Don't you want to just review your pit stops and what cities or at least what countries you're crossing? And I said, no, it's okay. That's information overload. I don't need to know all that. All I need to know is my destination, which I know. I'll just put it in my GPS and I'll totally follow the GPS. That's it. He said, don't you feel uncomfortable having to rely on your GPS 100%? And I said, no, I don't want information overload. Let me just go to bed. Tomorrow, 7 a.m., I'm off. And that's exactly what I did. I left home at 7 a.m., 200 kilometers into my journey. I came to a fork where, I had to, my GPS said go straight, but there was a road closure because there was plant engineering works going on. And I did not know what to do. So there were instructions written on 2 diversions. Left, if you want to go Nancy, Luxembourg, or Metz, go left. Sendai, whatever, go right. And I did not know where I wanted to go. I just randomly picked a direction. Went there. My GPS rerouted me after 35 minutes, brought me back to the same junction. I was like, oh my God, no. So then I took the other right. And 25 minutes later, I was back at the same junction, and I was just freaking out. My phone was in the boot of the car, so I couldn't even access Google Maps or Apple Maps, which gives live updates. Somehow it was connected at least to the Bluetooth of the car. So I managed to call my husband and I said, look, I'm stuck. Please help me. He said, okay, you need to go Nancy, Metz, and Luxembourg. See, this is why I told you should review your map so you would have known which direction to take. I was like, all right, don't lecture me. And I hung up on him. I took the right direction. I followed road signs for Luxembourg, and then I was back on track. My GPS rerouted me and I was fine. Anyway, long story short, 11 hours later, I'm here. I missed that 1 hour in the rerouting. So 1 hour, which would have been my break in driving 10 hours. I had to miss my break. So I had to drive 11 hours nonstop, and I got here. What I learned from this 11 hours of driving is, first, just knowing your destination is not enough. My husband, unfortunately, was right. We need to have a plan and know your milestones so you can retrace and trace your progress as well. So knowing destination is not enough. You need to have a plan. And then review your plan, because even if you've done this a million times or somebody else has done it and you can rely on them and replicate that, still, your unique circumstances change all the time. So reviewing your plans is helpful. Had I reviewed the map last night, I would have known there were plant closures on the way, and I could have accounted for that and left an hour earlier. Thirdly, have a contingency plan. Stupidly, my phone was in the boot of my car. I could not access my maps. So at least have a contingency plan. And fourth, trust and listen to your mentor. When my husband said to me, firstly, review your plan, I should have listened to him. And I did not. But then when I came back to my senses, I called him and I asked him for help without feeling kind of embarrassed about it. So 4 lessons today. Just destination not enough. Have a plan, review your plan regularly, and have a contingency plan as well in spite of having a good plan. And fourthly, rely on your mentor. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm so knackered and I've been kind of missing book club. So I just wanted to come back. Thank you.
Amazing, Nikita. And please drive safe and take some rest.
Yeah. I have 3 more hours to do of driving. So I'm just waiting to board the shuttle and then 3 more hours going. Yeah, it was crazy.
All right. I think we are feeling that we are also driving with you. I think everyone's facing some travel. Great. Thank you so much, Nikita. We'll be seeing you in the next week as well.
Yeah, next week I'll be fine, because it was just this last 2 weeks I was crazy because I had to move back to London and driving back and forth. I'm driving every single month, each way 15 hours. It's crazy. August I did that, this September already. So yeah, it's driving me crazy, but yeah, I love driving.
Awesome. So today I think people have learned what his passion is all about, enjoying the journey.
Yeah. It was great because one thing I realized was, yes, I'm going to be driving. So least I can do is listen to everyone. Sorry, I could not comment on or post in chat how great your talk was or ask questions or anything because I was driving and that would have been dangerous. But I really enjoyed listening to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nikita. Reach home safe. All right. Great. So I think we are end of the book club. We won't delay more. Let me just switch off the record.